So this is the path that we did with a concrete mold and with solar lights. And this is how we did it. Now, whenever it rains or snows, it becomes a complete mess back in the yard because there is not a solid path from the house to the garage, and it can get really dirty with our dogs tracking it back into the house. So after the storm has passed and we can start digging, we start digging and digging and digging, and this is going to take forever. Digging is the worst part, but if you do a little at a time, you'll be fine. Just a little at a time. And this is clay soil, and clay soil is very hard, and we have a lot of it. So what we did, we added some really good soil, mixed it all up so we can redistribute it to the yard, so we don't have piles of clay soil just piling up in the yard. Now, on the days that I'm not digging, I'm going to make the concrete stepping stones that are going to house the solar lights. I'll make another video on these stepping stones, so hit the subscribe button so I can let you know. Anyway, back to the digging. Got some furry obstacles here. And you are lying on my leveling string. Thank you, thank you. More furry obstacles. Excuse me, thank you. Digging done. Now this is the 6-inch metal edging. I'm going to mark off 4 inches. This will help me with the leveling of the gravel, the sand, and the 2-inch pavers. Now that the edging is in and the soil is compact, I'm going to put down some weed killer. Okay, now we're going to put down some weed fabric. Time to put down the gravel. Now, according to the Brach Paver base company, we only need 2 inches of gravel. Continue to check your level line throughout. Made this screen out of wood, which will give us 3 inches to keep the sand level. And that'll give us enough room to leave for the concrete pavers and the Brach paving pads. So we're using the Brach paver base panels. Notice all the little holes on these paving pads. Those holes allow the water to flow through. Brach paver base is an overlapping panel system. It has been specially engineered for patios and walkways. It's supposed to be a new and better way to lay pavers. It saves money. 1 panel replaces 4 bags. It saves time. 100 square feet patio, only 20 panels, and less work. Each panel replaces 160 pounds of base. Amen. Now, because we're putting wet concrete on top of these Brach panels, we need to put another layer of landscape fabric on top of that, just so the concrete won't seep through those holes that the panels have.
We didn't really start working until '88. Billy, I gotta tell you, I was thinking of you. With all of these suicides in the news, Kate Spade, poor Dane, yeah.
Now, if you spray the pavers with a little water, a little mist of water, you'll see what happens. When it's dry, it turns really white. And here's the final product with the light. Again, so if you want to see exactly how I made those pavers that house the lights, hit the subscribe button and I'll let you know when it's up. Working outside in the sun can be a dangerous thing, so be sure to use your sunscreen. Hey, help each other out. So we are making some progress here. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Continue to mist the concrete because we want it to be white. So just a light mist. Now here's a tricky area. When you get to the end and it's up against either the house or garage, just fill in half the mold, then overlap that half fill and cut out the extra so you can fit the entire mold up against the end. And dig the rest out. Just dig that right out. See here, I made half a mold, and while the concrete is still wet, by stepping on it, you're creating that impression. Now you could just dig it out, and that way your mold will fit right up against your ending. These are the lights that I used, and I'm going to put them in so that the polymeric sand doesn't fill up that hole. Now it's time to put down the polymeric sand, but not just any polymeric sand, because there are some big gaps in between the edging and the concrete pavers. So we really want to use a good polymeric sand. What I like about this mold and this design is that it's very forgiving, especially for back here. Now some of these big gaps I'm going to have to fill in with some concrete, but this is the sand we're going to use. This polymeric sand by HP Nextgel is awesome. After you fill in the polymeric sand, you want to wet it. A nice mist so it will harden. I'll be updating this video to let you know how it stands up against the elements. Spring has sprung. Now I had to make some adjustments with these lights. I'm going to post another video about these solar lights that I use. They're great, but they did need some adjustments. So if you want to know more about those lights, hit the subscribe button and I'll let you know when that's uploaded. Thanks for watching.